Hello, my name is Haku, and I'm a Buddhist monk from Japan. Today, I'd like to share with you some thoughts on the wisdom of silence, an idea that has been deeply cherished in Buddhist teachings for centuries. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you find peace and inspiration in this kind of content. Also, feel free to share your thoughts or suggest topics you'd like me to discuss in the comments below. Silence is not simply the absence of words or sound. It is a space where understanding can grow. In our daily lives, noise surrounds us. Not just the noise of the world, but also the constant chatter of our own minds. Have you ever found yourself so overwhelmed by this chatter that you couldn't think clearly? Silence, in moments like these, is a gift. In Buddhism, we often use the word ma to describe empty spaces. It is not emptiness in a negative sense, but a pause that holds meaning. Just as the spaces between musical notes create melody, the spaces in our lives create clarity. By embracing silence, we allow the mind to settle, just as muddy water clears when it is still. I'd like you to try a simple practice. Next time you are alone, turn off any background noise. The TV, your phone, even the hum of unnecessary conversations. Sit quietly for just 5 minutes. Don't try to control your thoughts. Let them come and go, like clouds passing in the sky. This practice is not about achieving something. It's about experiencing the moment fully. In silence, you might notice things you often overlook. The rhythm of your breath, the beating of your heart, or the sound of birds outside your window. This small observation reconnects us to the present moment, something we lose so easily in our busy, noisy world. Many people believe that being silent makes them less connected to others. But consider this. When you are truly silent and present, you listen more deeply. You hear not only words, but also the emotions behind them. This deep listening can transform relationships. It allows you to understand others and yourself more profoundly. Silence is a teacher. It does not lecture or demand. It simply invites us to be still and pay attention. It reminds us that there is beauty and wisdom in simplicity, in moments of quiet that we too often overlook. In the first part of this talk, I shared how silence can create space for clarity and connection. Now, I want to take this idea further and explore how silence can become a source of strength and resilience in your daily life. We live in a world that values constant action. Being busy is often seen as a sign of success, while stillness can feel unproductive. But in silence, there is great power. Imagine a bamboo tree. It bends in strong winds but does not break. Why? Because it is rooted deeply, and its strength comes from its flexibility and stillness. In the same way, silence roots us, helping us face challenges without breaking. When we are silent, we give ourselves the chance to reflect. We step back from the constant push and pull of daily life and see things more clearly. This is particularly important in moments of stress or conflict. Have you ever reacted to a difficult situation too quickly and later regretted your words or actions? Silence teaches us to pause. It creates a gap between what happens to us and how we respond. And in that gap lies our ability to choose wisely. In Buddhism, we often speak of mindfulness, being fully present in each moment. Silence is an essential part of mindfulness, because it helps us hear not only the world around us, but also the inner voice of our own wisdom. This wisdom is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, steady, and always there, waiting for us to listen. Think about the last time you felt deeply at peace. Was it in a loud, chaotic environment? Or was it in a quiet moment, perhaps walking in nature, sitting by the ocean, or even just drinking a cup of tea alone? These moments remind us that silence nurtures our souls. It gives us a space to recharge, to find balance, and to reconnect with what truly matters. Silence can also be a powerful act of compassion. When we hold space for someone in silence, without interrupting or judging, we show them that their feelings and experiences matter. This kind of presence is rare in a world full of distractions, but it can be profoundly healing for others and for ourselves. So I encourage you to explore silence not just as an absence of sound, but as a positive, intentional practice. Try finding moments of quiet throughout your day. You might discover that silence is not empty, but full of meaning. In this final part of our talk, let's reflect on how the wisdom of silence can help us live more peaceful and meaningful lives. Silence is not something that comes naturally in today's fast-paced world. It is a practice, and like any practice, it requires patience. At first, you may feel restless or even uncomfortable when you try to embrace silence. Your mind might race, filling the space with worries or plans. This is normal. Silence is not about stopping these thoughts. It is about observing them without judgment, letting them pass like leaves floating on a stream. As you practice silence more often, you may notice something remarkable. The noise in your mind starts to quiet down. You begin to see the world and yourself with greater clarity. Decisions that once seemed overwhelming become simpler. Relationships that felt strained begin to soften as you approach them with more understanding and less reaction. One of the most beautiful lessons of silence is that it connects us to something larger than ourselves. When you sit in silence, you might feel a sense of unity with the world around you. The rustling of leaves, the gentle flow of a stream, or even the vast stillness of the star at night. These moments remind us that we are part of a much greater whole, and they bring a sense of peace that words cannot describe. But silence is not just for special moments. It is something we can carry into our everyday lives. You don't need to spend hours meditating to benefit from silence. A few minutes each day can make a difference. You might try starting your morning with a moment of stillness, or ending your day by sitting quietly and reflecting on what you are grateful for. These small practices can have a profound impact on your well-being. As we conclude today, I want to leave you with a simple thought. Silence is a gift. It is always available to us, no matter where we are or what we are doing. It requires no special tools or training, only a willingness to pause and listen. If you found this talk meaningful, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to explore more topics like this, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us share these teachings with others who may benefit from them. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or suggest topics you'd like me to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for spending this time with me. May you find peace in the moments of silence that fill your life.